All right, guys, it's pretty late at night. Sorry that it's so dark, but I just had something really freaky happen, and really not freaking happy, and I'm beyond a little pissed off. I'm gonna flip my camera around, show you what the fuck just happened in my house. So some asshole was out on the property behind my house and just shot a fucking bullet through my fucking window, went into my wall, and my son was standing right there. I'm so fucking livid right now. I just can't even express how fucking mad I am.
All right, guys, this is the next morning. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I probably sound horrible, but I freaking spent about an hour walking around the freaking lake over at the Nash Battlefield, which is right on the backside of my property. Walking around with a cop, trying to see if we can find shell casings. Apparently my neighbor that lives back here on the other side of me, where the direction of the bullets was coming from, said that he heard about 20 to 50 shots behind his house, and he went out to check on his dogs, and he said he could hear the bullets hitting behind his dog's house. So he got his dogs and himself and ducked back into the house because he kept hearing bullets ricocheting off the trees behind his doghouse. And then he went in and called 911 the same time my wife was calling 911. And we went out there and searched, couldn't find any shell casings. So I'm gonna go out there today and explore and see if I can find a catch of shell casings, so that I can tell the cops I found where they were firing from. Because this is not cool. I've never had any incidents at my house ever. I'm a responsible gun owner. I freaking shoot out here all the time, but I shoot into a dirt embankment so that my bullets cannot ricochet. I also shoot where I'm not facing towards any houses. I also have 20 acres to shoot on. They were shooting on a lake that is less than, I don't know, 100 yards away from a freaking house, and was shooting towards his house and my house, which is the absolute dumbest freaking thing you could ever do. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm being like anti-gun, because I'm a freaking gun owner and I love shooting, but you got to be responsible about this shit. Innocent people could have got hurt last night, and my son, who's only 13 years old, is terrified for his life now. He doesn't even want to be in his house because he's so freaking scared that something's going to happen again. And my son should not have to be going through that shit. So I'm going to go take a walk, go over to the Nash Battlefield where I think they were shooting from, and see if I can find some bullet shell or some shell casings. So let's see what happens. So for those of you that don't know, I live on 22 acres out here, and it's a perfect square. So it's like 10 acres straight back, or well, 5 acres straight back, 4 acres across. But anyway, so I've got quite a few trails out here on my property. And then there's my neighbor's house back there. He's got a 5-acre lot back on his property. And then right on the other side of his house is federal land. It's a historic battlefield from where Sherman did his march to sea. So that's all like federally protected land and stuff. And to my knowledge, you're not supposed to be shooting on federal land unless you have a permit. Plus, I don't think they'd give anybody a freaking permit to shoot on that side of the freaking property because they're so close to our houses. But I've got a bridge that goes across Walnut Creek back here. I'm gonna go to the other side of the creek, cut across the back side of my neighbor's property, because there's my neighbor's house. So I'm gonna go across this little bridge back here. And this right here is the edge of my property line. And it goes all the way back to this neighborhood behind me. And me and my neighbor believe that we had some people coming out of those neighborhoods to shoot back in the woods, because they ain't got nowhere to damn shoot, because their houses are only on like half-acre lots. Which still shouldn't be out here, especially at freaking 10 o'clock at night, shooting random and not shooting into a freaking target or into an embankment or something along those lines. I mean, y'all, if y'all are out shooting, be freaking responsible. Don't shoot up in the air. What goes up must come down. Don't shoot blindly into freaking trees, because it can ricochet and go wherever the hell it wants to. I mean, this is about the dumbest situation you can have for somebody shooting a freaking gun.
But I'm gonna keep walking up. Up here, there's a little cut through to go across the backside of his property. So I'm gonna get up here. So now you can start seeing the neighborhood up here. There's houses up here and shit. But good Lord, I feel like crap. Oh, and it looks like people have been dumping more fucking trash on my property. Fucking assholes. But yeah, so there's the neighborhood. Yeah, somebody's been dumping a shit ton of trash on my property. Fucking pissed. But yeah, I'm gonna cut straight across there and go over to the battlefield. And this is the corner of my property. So I'm gonna go look at all this trash they dumped on my fucking property before I go look up at the battlefield. All right, guys, I don't know if you can see this. There's bullet casing, bullet casing, bullet casing. And if you look straight across here, that's right where my house is. Fucking assholes were shooting right here on the side of the damn pond. So I just want to show you, there's shell casings everywhere. So there's a shell casing. Here's a whole shit ton of them right here. They're all over back here. So they were shooting 22s and ARs. Because these are AR casings. And no. What is that? Yeah, that is I mean, they got freaking, there's shell casings all over out here. So this is where they were, probably sitting on this fucking bench, shooting right across the freaking lake, right at my goddamn house. Yeah, here's some more shell casings. So this is where they were doing it, right here. And they're all over the place out here. All right, so now I'm on the other side of the pond. That bench right over there. Let me zoom in. That bench right there in the middle is the one they were firing from. And it is pointed directly at my house. My house is straight through here. All right, guys, so I'm back at the house. I just want to make a little, I guess a little PSA. If you're gonna be shooting guns, be responsible. Don't shoot up into the air. Please don't aim your gun at anyone, whether there's a bullet in the chamber or not. Don't fire blindly into freaking trees and woods because you don't know what's on the other side of the freaking trees and woods. Because there's the bullet hole in my wall and my son was sitting right here. So, a little bit different trajectory. And this would be a whole different conversation because I'd probably be in prison for killing somebody because you don't fuck with my family. But my house is on the freaking market and now I've got a freaking bullet hole in my goddamn window. I got a bullet hole in my wall. And just be freaking responsible. I mean, like I said earlier in the video, I'm a gun owner. I'm not anti-gun. I freaking love shooting. But I'm a responsible gun owner. My gun is locked up. My bullets are held in a different place than my gun. My kids don't have access to my guns unless I'm with them and I am actually showing them how to shoot. My son and daughter actually know how to shoot a gun, know gun safety, because I'm a responsible gun owner. They know not to shoot in the air, not to shoot blindly into woods. You always shoot into a solid target so that your bullet doesn't ricochet. Shoot into dirt, something along those lines, or some ballistics gel, whatever will hold the bullet so that it doesn't ricochet and hit anything else. I have a 10-foot tall embankment out in the back of my property that goes straight through the center of my property, and there's no houses around it, and that 10-foot embankment is probably about, I don't know, 20 foot deep. So there's no chance of it coming out of that embankment on the other side. When it hits that dirt, it may go in a couple feet, but it ain't coming out 20 feet on the other side. So I know my bullets aren't going to ricochet anywhere. This stuff out here, I mean, just blindly shooting across a pond is probably the dumbest freaking thing you could possibly do. Especially when, being 10 o'clock at night, they could obviously see the lights from his house and the lights from my house. I have some very bright floodlights that are on 90% of the time when it's nighttime. He also has some floodlights that come on automatically at nighttime. So I don't know what the hell these people were thinking. Hopefully the cops catch them and I can press charges on them, because I will freaking press charges on them. If we find out who did this, I will throw every freaking thing I can at them, because this is just asinine and it should not happen. So just wanted to share this with you guys. Just one more thing that I'm freaking going through right now on top of every goddamn thing else that I got going on. And I'm sorry for all the cussing. I'm normally not, on videos, I won't cuss. I cuss like a sailor when I'm talking to regular people. But on these videos, I try not to cuss this much. I'm really pissed off, so I apologize for that. But it is what it is. So I know this is not one of those times where you say if you like what you saw, freaking like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. But just help out with the channel if you can. Share this with idiot gun owners if they don't know what the fuck they're doing, so that they don't hurt anybody. Let's just, I'm glad that nothing bad happened as far as anybody getting hurt, but this could have been a completely different situation, all from somebody being careless. So please think before you do dumb shit. All right. Have a great day, guys.